In this video, we're going to be having a look at mixed numbers and improper fractions and how you move from one form to another. So in this case, we have 22 over 10. 22 over 10 is an improper fraction. We know that because our numerator, in this case 22, is greater than our denominator, and in this case that's 10. So you may be asked to move from a fraction that is in this form, an improper fraction, to a mixed number. So the way that you're going to do that is you're going to take your denominator, you're going to divide that into your numerator. So when we look at this, we know that 10 goes into 22 twice. 2 times 10 is 20. 22 subtract 20 is 2. So it's interesting because normally at this point we would ask you to make sure that you didn't leave a remainder and that you would move into decimals. But for what we're doing, this is actually as far as we want to go. So now we have to figure out how we go from this piece of information to turning 22 over 10 into a mixed number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this number right here. So this 2 is going to become my whole number. This 2 is going to now become my numerator. And this 10, which was my original denominator, stays as my denominator. So what you might notice now is that 2 and 2/10 is the mixed number for 22 over 10, but you should also notice that 2/10 is not in lowest terms, so we would need to reduce that. I'm going to leave my whole number 2, but I'm going to reduce 2/10. I'm going to divide both of these by 2, which is going to give me 2 and 1/5. So 2 and 1/5 is 22 over 10 as a mixed number in lowest terms. So the 22 over 10 that we had started now is how would we work backwards then? So if I have 2 and 1/5, which is a mixed number, and I know that it's a mixed number because it has a whole number, in this case 2, and it has a fraction, in this case 1/5. How do I move from that to making it an improper fraction? So the way that you go about that is you take your whole number, okay, which is 2, and you're going to multiply that by your denominator, which is 5. So we have 2 multiplied by 5, which gives us 10. We are then going to add that number to our numerator. So that becomes 10 plus 1, which gives me 11. So 11 is now going to be my numerator. My denominator is going to stay the same, and in this case it was 5, so it is going to stay as 5. So what you might be thinking right now is, well, we have 11 over 5 as our improper fraction. But that is also equivalent. So how do we know that? We know that because if I was to multiply both 11 and 5 by 2, that would give me 22 over 10. The issue with 22 over 10 is that, yes, it is the equivalent fraction, but it is not in lowest terms. And as we know, we always want to have our fractions in lowest terms.